If you want to know whether a woman is truly blessed, look at her children. You don't always see a woman's fortune in the wrinkles on her face or the shine of her jewelry. It isn't tucked away in the size of her home or the number of digits in her bank account. No, if you want to know whether a woman has lived a fortunate life, just look at her children. Their behavior, their attitude toward her, their care or lack thereof, it all tells the story. There's an old saying that when children are young, they are a mother's entire world. But when they grow up, they become her life's deepest worry. It's not the kind of worry that passes easily. It's the kind that lingers like summer leaves clinging stubbornly to their branches, never quite falling away. A woman's blessings take many forms, but one of the most enduring and powerful is the love and gratitude she receives from her children. When a mother sees love reflected back at her, when she feels her years of care being met with tenderness, it lights up her spirit in a way nothing else can. It's a sense of self-worth gently rekindled. Because when we value something, we care. When we care, we worry. And when we worry, it's because love is involved. If a mother grows old and finds her children cold, distant, or unfeeling, it chills her heart in ways that are difficult to describe. It doesn't matter how big her retirement fund is, or how plush the recliner she sits in might be, she won't feel fortunate. She'll feel hollow. Her blessings will seem to fade, and the foundation of the family will tremble. But if her children are warm, appreciative, and loyal, then that kindness becomes one of life's most generous gifts. That's when you can say without a doubt, this woman is blessed. In truth, the way children treat their mother often reflects the family's entire moral fabric. It shows the kind of man her husband was, the atmosphere in which the family was raised, and whether love was something spoken only in Hallmark cards or something lived day to day. So yes, if you're wondering whether a woman has truly lived a life rich in blessings, just look at her children. You'll see the answer plain as day. 1. A child's attitude shapes the mother's emotional climate. Some mothers spend their entire lives giving. They pour themselves into the family, sleepless nights, endless meals, school pickups, the emotional labor that never seems to end. And yet, some never hear a simple, "Thanks, Mom. You've worked so hard." As novelist Richard Russo once wrote, a mother's heart breaks quietly in the spaces where no one's watching. A child's attitude directly colors their mother's emotional world. Often, mothers are more involved in the day-to-day raising of children, packing lunches, soothing nightmares, remembering every single appointment. And this investment is not small. It is physical, emotional, spiritual. Some children grow up to recognize this. They return the kindness. Maybe they offer to help carry groceries. Maybe they remember to ask if she's eaten. Maybe, just maybe, they notice when she's weary and hand her a cup of tea. Small gestures, yes, but to a mother, they mean the world. It's not about grandeur. It's not about expensive gifts. Sometimes it's as simple as a child saying, "Mom, I made your favorite stew for dinner." That moment of consideration is enough to warm her heart and dissolve years of quiet sacrifice. But some children grow up indifferent. They look past their mother's efforts, shrug off her needs, and worse, become hostile, snapping at her, blaming her, arguing with her over every small thing. Even if that mother lives in a well-furnished house, even if her pantry is full and her bed is soft, she won't feel blessed. Inside, she feels cold, unseen. The sadness nestles into her bones, and the joy of life becomes elusive. And often, this isn't the child's fault alone. Children observe. They learn. If the father treated the mother with disregard or disrespect, chances are the children absorbed that behavior. In contrast, when children are raised in a home where the mother is appreciated, when the father shows love, when the home breathes respect, those children often grow into adults who honor their mother. That right there is a family's real legacy. 2. A child's growth reflects a mother's life's work. The character, values, and direction of a child's life aren't just about that child. They are deeply intertwined with the mother's sense of success, pride, and meaning. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Toni Morrison once said that her mother's quiet words were like the sun, never loud, but always shining. Those soft assurances became her source of hope and strength as she carved her place in the world. A mother influences her child's view of life more than anyone. She lays the emotional groundwork. Her daily choices, the discipline, the support, the quiet guidance, build the moral and emotional compass that child carries into adulthood. She is the architect of character, and her child's success or failure, however we define it, becomes a mirror of her efforts. Now, to be clear, a woman's worth does not depend solely on her child's resume or income. It's not about whether they became a doctor or bought a big house. But when a child is kind, responsible, and holds fast to integrity, it validates everything that mother tried to instill. When the child chooses compassion over convenience, when they resist temptation because they remember what their mother taught them, then the mother feels her life has meaning. She sees herself in her child, not in features, but in values. She sees that her quiet teachings live on. That, dear reader, is fortune. That is joy. But when a child goes astray, turns selfish, dishonest, or cruel, the mother may blame herself. She may replay years of her life, wondering where she went wrong. That pain can be devastating, especially if she gave her all. Every bit of progress a child makes is a redefinition of their mother's legacy. And every time that child turns back and says, "Mom, I get it now," a piece of the mother's heart heals. 3. A child's concern is a mother's comfort in old age. In later years, what brings peace to a mother is not luxury or even health, it's whether someone remembers to check in. We often assume that what retirees want most is comfort, or hobbies, or travel. But for many mothers, what they crave most is connection. They don't need their children to be rich or famous. They just want them to walk through the door and say, "Hi, Mom." The older a mother gets, the more her body may slow. Her steps might become cautious, her memory softer. But her concern for her children never dims. And her deepest comfort comes when she knows that her children still think of her. A simple call on a Thursday afternoon. "Mom, did you eat today?" A text before a cold front. "Don't forget your scarf." A visit during the holidays, even with just a small tin of cookies. "Hey, I thought of you." These moments are golden. They light up her days like rays of sunlight. They whisper, "You matter. You are not forgotten." And sometimes it's as small as a voice message. "Mom, I made your chili recipe today." Or a note left on her fridge. "Mom, there's lemon pie in the fridge. I know it's your favorite." Even if she's living in a retirement community or senior apartment, she'll feel blessed, not because of the facility's amenities, but because she feels loved. Without this, her days may stretch on like a quiet, empty lake. She might find herself staring at old photo albums, rereading greeting cards, waiting for phone to ring. And each silence becomes a reminder of absence. But when she's remembered, when her children show they care, she moves through life with peace. She knows that even when her body grows tired, she is still held in someone's heart. That knowledge, that presence, that's fortune. Final thoughts. The Chinese writer Bing Xian once said that without women, the world would lose half of its truth, more than half of its kindness, and nearly all of its beauty. And she was right. A woman's blessings aren't born into her. They are built. They live in the moments of respect, of tenderness, of being seen and valued. Often, it's her love that goes unnoticed, her sacrifices that are silently accepted. But her true blessings are reflected in how her children grow, how they act, and how they remember her. So, if you ask what it means for a woman to be truly fortunate, it's not about what she owns or wears. It's about whether, at the end of the day, someone out there thinks to call her, to thank her, to hold her hand and say, "I'm glad you're my mom." May every mother out there be cherished, remembered, and loved for the remarkable journey she's walked.